Hey YouTube, Dad252 here. I'm going to do a slightly different thing with evols today. I'm going to do a combo guide for you guys, just telling you, explaining some of the chain links, some of the more complicated rulings to do with these guys, because I believe that these guys, they're going to get better, and they're going to get better. The support they're receiving is good, and they're going to get up there. They're going to have their own rotor. They're going to have their own way to make Tyrus and Adrius off one card. They're also going to have more consistency and generally become a better deck. They're pretty good at the moment. I mean, I love them. They're a pretty good deck for me at the moment. So I'll get started because I only have a certain amount of time. So I'm going to talk you through the najasho evo-force thing. Okay, so basically, you all know by now that you set it. Obviously, you set it. You don't summon it because if they warning this, you've got 100 attack monster and that's bad, or they can veiler it and that shit. So you set it. Play this. You might have had this done to you. You might not have. But when you see this and you see this, you know that you're in for a bit of a roller coaster because this is a face down. And basically, these two allow you to go potentially into a Lagia and a Dolka at the same time. Alright, basically the chain link goes. I'm going to explain some of the cards that you can bring out. Cards like this, this, and this, and I'll explain how and when you can play these, due to some of them being mandatory and some of them being optional. Okay, so basically this, you activate this. This goes off. You tribute this. It's a cost. This is a cost because there is a semicolon. It says tribute one evoltile monster semicolon. So it's a cost, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, so you tribute this. This activates. This does not activate. This does. That's the only thing that happens. This activates and it resolves bringing out, for example, this guy. Okay, well, we'll say for all intents and purposes we bring out this guy. Next, because they are both, actually, yeah, I'll pick a mandatory guy because otherwise it'll be easier to explain. Okay, because this is mandatory, this is optional, this chains, and then this goes onto the chain. Okay, so this gains its 200 attack boost, so that's on 2-1 now, and then najasho activates. Najasho then brings out another card. It can be this, if you want it to be, it can be this, or it can be another one of these guys. And then obviously you go into overlaying into your Lagia or your Dolka. Or, sorry, your Lagia or your Dolka. Okay, so now I'm going to explain, yeah, hopefully that's quite clear to you. If I've gone a bit fast, then I'm sorry, just watch the video again. Right, basically, Volcano, because Volcano, unlike Diplo, this is Diplo blows a back row, this guy's Stratos and a Lacriarian one. Volcano, this guy's optional. Basically says when this card is special summoned by the effect of an evoltile monster, you can target an evol saw in the grave and special summon it. These are mandatory. This must blow an opponent's spell trap card, and this must gain 200 attack. So basically, if you want to bring out this, and then one of these mandatory ones, for reasons I'm going to explain in a minute, you must bring this out with evo-force, not najasho. I'll explain why. So, you have these, okay, you've played this, this is set. You tribute this, okay, you must bring this out. Let's, for example, say that you're trying to do it the other way around, and you'll see the problem. So you try to bring this out. Okay, because this is mandatory, this chains first, so this blows a back row. Then this chains to this, so this then tries and brings out this. But because the chain's still resolving, this now tries to activate, blowing a back row, because obviously it went first on the chain. This now means that because this is optional, this misses its timing. I hope that's quite clear to you. Basically, if you want to bring this out and another mandatory card, you must bring this out with evo-force. I'll show you. So evo-force summons this, chains this. Okay, because they're both optional, I think you get the choice as to whether it resolves which way, I think. So basically, let me think about this. Yeah, so najasho activates, bringing out your Diplo. Then this activates, if you put it on chain link 1, bringing out your Serato Engrave, for example. And then, because this is mandatory, this then activates. I hope that's quite clear. Also, for people that aren't unaware, this can only bring out evil saws in the grave, not evil tiles. You cannot bring this from the grave. This summons, it brings out this, or another evil saw. It's pretty obvious. And also, for those Americans that call them evilites, they're called evoltiles. Enough said. Okay. Also though, interestingly, you can bring out 2 of these guys. You don't miss timing because they're optional. Right, so we'll go through the chain link again. This is Najasho, he's down. Play this. Tribute, this activates on its own, this does not chain. This activates, brings out this. Okay, they both activate at the same time, so this activates, this brings out another one of your guys. No, sorry. This activates first. You get this to activate first this time. So this activates, bringing out your Dipper in the grave, for example. And then your evoltile Najasho activates, bringing out another one of these. Now you get the choice of bringing out something else. So it does work. If you want to bring out 2 of them, you can. And then, like I said earlier, you can bring out a Lagia and a Dolka. Wherever my Dolka's gone, I don't really know. That's weird. Sorry, I seem to have lost my Dolka. There it is. Okay. So you can bring up 2 at once, which is pretty awesome. It's basically as good as Rabbit, but it needs 2 cards, but it's better. Okay, so I hope that's cleared up the main combo of the deck. So basically, the moral of the story, if you catch anybody trying to summon this with a Najasho, tell them it misses the timing. If the other card they brought out was a mandatory card like Diplo or Serato, however, they can bring out 2 of these if they want to. Okay, I'll talk about something else because that's getting boring. I'll talk about Zenmeister, Wind-Up Zenmeister. For this we're going to need the other evoltile in the deck, Weslow. Okay, for example, say they've got Thunder King, let's grab a Thunder King. Say you've got a Thunder King, okay, you're attacking this face down. Thunder King actually is not a good idea, we'll choose something normal like, let's find a normal card, there you go, Ariane, I don't know. Okay, they attack this, obviously it's like Snowman Eater, he's got a high attack, so the odds are it's probably going to stay on the field. Even if it doesn't, then you can't do this, but it's still a Grave Cube Spy. Okay, so it stays on the field, say it does. You're going to bring out Serato. So you can either do this and have another Evil Sword in your hand, or, if they haven't got any monsters, you can just do this, okay. So when they pass, it's your turn, you draw. It doesn't matter what I draw. If you've just gone and brought out this guy with this, then obviously you need another Evil Sword in your hand to normal summon, because you need to make the 2 exit targets. We'll say we summon the Volcano. Okay, so we've got our normal summon, that's pretty irrelevant. We're going to overlay, we're going to use Wind-Up Zenmeister. We're not going to go into Lagia or Dolka because we can go into that anyway in a minute. Okay, because Zenmeister is a bit like Leviathan in that basically you can pretty much detach as soon as it's summoned, which is very nice. Okay, so we'll detach and we'll flip Weslow face down. Okay, Weslow does flip face back in the end phase. However, because we haven't changed this guy's battle position, we can do it anyway, unless you've moved it. Okay, so we can do the manual flip of this guy. He then goes off again, and we can bring out our second Volcano. Obviously, because you've now got a target in the grave, because you detached it, you can bring out another one. Obviously, because you can't keep going down, up, down, up, down, then obviously this is a limited loop, but then you can go Lagia or Dolka, either one, and basically you've just managed to, from nowhere, get yourself a 2/2 attacker. Obviously he is 2/5 with, 2 materials, but he's only 2/2 with 1. That's basically why you run Zenmeister, because obviously at the end phase as well, if this is still face down and you flip this, it gets its effect anyway, so basically it just allows for more swarming with Weslow. People say they don't like Weslow. I love it personally. I think it's a great card. Also, I'm going to just talk quickly about Freezedon. The new card, if you check out my last video, there'll be a link somewhere around here, I'll put it on just now. Basically, I talked about a card called evols Darwino. For all intents and purposes, we'll say that this is Darwino. He was called Darwinos, but now we've changed it, so he's called Darwino. I don't know why, it's still alright. Okay, so basically you got your Weslow, or you've got your Najasho. We'll say for Weslow, because that's the easiest way, we're just going to flip this guy up, we're going to take this guy out of our deck, yada yada yada. Darwino then activates, putting this to level 5, you then have 2 level 5s, you then overlay, and basically from a card like Gravekeeper's Spy, you've gone into a Tyrus or an Adrius, which is extremely powerful and broken. Also, obviously, if you have if you have this guy set or summoned, whatever, and you tribute him off, you summon this, you can then activate this guy and bring out another one, and then overlay into Triceratops and Adrius. Considering he has 2/2 attack, that's powerful enough. That's good enough. Obviously, I don't know whether I have time to explain. Yeah, okay, quickly. Basically, you can make Freezerdon, and Freezerdon, I don't know whether it's getting released. It's not been announced yet, but that basically means that then with more comboing and more shiz that evols do, you now have 2 free solemn warnings, solemn judgments. You've got one off Laggy and one off this for reasons I'm not really aware of. Check out Team Godlight's channel. They're basically the masters at evols. But for some reason, you can only detach once. You don't get 3 solemn judgments. You only get 2. But that's a different story for another day. And finally, evols are evoltile Elginero or something like that. Elginero. Anyway, put in the bottom what you think about this card. I personally don't think it's very good, but that's my opinion. And yeah, it won't be used. Okay, thanks for watching YouTube. Peace out.